Hello, you're welcome. In this video, I want to demonstrate how you can be able to add as well as subtract squares of various cells in Excel during the course of your analysis. So here we have our X values that include the hours worked. We want to be able to take the sum of the squares of each of these. That is the square of 5, which is 25, square of 8, which is 64, and then be able to add each of these and have the result using just a function. We want to be able to do same for this y as well, and then be able to use each of these to perform various calculations. For each of these calculations now, we want it to be that we can use a single function to perform such calculations. So calculations like the sum of squares of x values, we want to use just a single function to do that. Then the sum of the squares of y values, we want to be able to use a single function to do that. Same as this summation for x squared plus y squared, summation x squared minus y squared, and summation x minus y squared. So we are going to be using single functions to perform these calculations. Let's get into it. The first is this sum of square of x values. So we use the function sum, then square, okay? And then the number that we're selecting is this range, okay? And then we enter. So you see the sum of the square of each of these is 255. Now let's do for y. We still use the sum square function and select the range for y. So this gives us 855. Now if we check for this next one, which is the summation of x squared plus y squared, the function that we're going to be using is sum, then we enter x first. So you see various options. Now we are choosing this second one, which has a p, that is x squared p, which is symbolizing plus, and then y squared. Okay, so we select that and select the first range, which is the range for x, comma, then the range for y. Now we do for minus, that is the summation of x squared minus y squared. So we use this function sum, and then we enter x next. Then we select this x squared, where m symbolizes this minus. Okay, that is x2my2. And then we select this range for x values and select the range for y values. So this gives us a negative value 600. So if we check 255 minus 855, we can see that ideally it should give us a negative 600. Then next is the summation of x minus y squared. So we are going to be using the function sum x, and we select this final function where we have x minus y and then squared after everything. So we select the first range, which is the range for x, select the next range, which is the range for y, and enter, and we have 182. And that's just it about these very calculations where we add and subtract squares using single functions. I hope you've been able to find this video helpful. Please, if you have, kindly like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.